I'm joined by Willis Francis following Basford United's 3-2 away win at Mickleover in the Isuzu FA Trophy. First of all, Willis, what are your thoughts on that win?
Brilliant to get the win. Tough game. They was quite good. They caused us some problems, especially through the middle. With cup games, you just have to find a way to win the game and get yourself into the next round. And I think that's what we did. The boys stayed resilient. Obviously, going a goal up, them coming back, and then it happening again. We could have dropped, but they didn't. And we always looked to threat in behind. I thought the forward lads was good today, looking dangerous. But in terms of the whole performance across the board, we dug in so well today, and the boys are tired. They played a lot of games. As you can see, we're short on numbers, but the way that they dug in together and fought together, I thought was absolutely fantastic, and that'll bode as well to continue through the next games.
Obviously, you touched on it briefly there. That ability to take a lead, obviously, it's difficult to concede, especially when you've taken that early lead. But what is it like just to have that drive to be able to take the lead? It's happened 3 times in this game. Show that we can take control of this game, and how can you take that going forward into the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it psychologically, mentally, it's tough. You score a goal and they come back at you, and it's always key moments when you score that for the next 10 minutes you keep it tight and you don't concede. Unfortunately, that happened to us today, and like I said, you can drop your head when that happens. But they didn't do that. They didn't drop the head. They didn't look like they felt sorry for themselves, and they just drove through and just kept going. And for the season, that resilience as a long season, to be able to have that is an unbelievable thing. And I think we spoke about it quite a lot, creating an environment where the players are together and everyone's pulling in the same direction, and that's what drives you through at times. And I thought today having that was like fundamental. I just want to have a shout out to young Talon when he came on. I thought he was brilliant. He worked as hard as he could, and for a 17-year-old to come into a game like that, I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, well done to him.
And just a word on Geordie Hallam, 4 in his last 5. Everyone obviously speaks highly of him. He's a brilliant player, very technical. How important is it having him back in that first team, making the impact and scoring the goals?
Yeah, as you can see, the smile come to my face. I watched the goal. I can't remember, it was against Wellingborough, I think. Unbelievable finish, and then today again, he just comes through in key moments. It's hard to find players around the box that creates, that scores, and at the moment Geordie's doing that, and he's really, really important to us. But the most important thing, he's a great person. He's a great person to have around. Gets on with his work. Never complains about anything, and he's just always ultra positive. So to have his influence on the pitch and off the pitch is brilliant for us, and we're lucky to have him.
At the opposite end of the pitch, obviously, Matthew Yates has come in this season. Some brilliant saves today, and it's been 4 or 5 to deny Mickleover. What are your thoughts on him? How's he settled into the group? How impressed are you with his performances?
Yeah, very very similar. So throughout the summer, you hear about players and how influential they are, and he was one that popped up quite frequently throughout the game. So I listened back to every game that we played and watched them back, and some of the saves he makes is unbelievable. And I think as a club to have some of his ability is brilliant. The players trust him, and it's always great to have that trust in your goalkeeper, that when they're going to come through, that they're gonna pull you out of stuff. So we're very fortunate to have him, and again, great person to have around, and having him there with his communication, with his saves, it's like just brilliant to have him.
Obviously, back to league action next. What are you hoping to see from the team in the next game?
Just very much of the same. We approach every game the same, like hard work, determination, the fundamentals of what we're trying to create, the non-negotiables that we speak about. Um, it's going to be a long, tough season, and we have to dig in. There's going to be tough moments. Everything's not going to be rosy, and it's how you bounce back from things, how you control like the narratives, how when things are good that you don't get too high. We spoke about it today and previously. that when things are good, we don't get too high. When things go bad, we have to keep on that path. And hopefully we've got a few players coming back next week, which will make the squad bigger, because the boys are tired. But we're going to prepare again exactly the same and be ready for what's coming.
Willis, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.